everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson, and it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. And this week, it's all about the red, white, and blue. So are you looking for the best place to spend your 4th of July? Well, escape to the top-rated best U.S. cities for celebrating the 4th of July. Our very own San Diego is ranked #1, just in front of Las Vegas and New Orleans. And what is the 4th of July without fireworks? USA Today rated the nation's 10 best fireworks show. Our nation's capital took second place, falling behind New York City. While 3 cities from California were selected, San Diego was 3rd, San Francisco came in 5th, and South Lake Tahoe came in 8th. Definitely ones to check out. Well, Spotify gathered a list of the most patriotic songs for all of your 4th of July plans, with Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen coming in at #1, followed by Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, American Girl by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and American Pie by Don McLean. And Ranker came out with the best movies to watch this 4th of July, with Saving Private Ryan coming out on top, Forrest Gump coming close behind, also topping the list Apollo 13, Patton, and Black Hawk Down. And coming up next, we take you on a high-speed boat in San Diego Bay.
Buckle up, we are in for a wild ride. I'm Audra Stafford, and coming up on California Live, we're gonna go for a ride on the Patriot jet boat.
It's all coming up on our 4th of July special here on California Live. Don't go away. Well, the USS Midway Museum in San Diego is consistently ranked one of the top museums in the country. California Life's Audra Stafford shows us how the Midway is living up to its vision of becoming America's living symbol of freedom.
This is not just a steel relic that's 3 football fields long with a lot of planes on it like other museums. We tell the story of people who serve and sacrifice for America.
That story begins the moment you step onto the flight deck and look out at San Diego Bay, the Navy's largest home port in the world and the birthplace of naval aviation.
Just a couple hundred yards off Midway's bow, the first planes took off and landed on water more than 100 years ago.
Walk around the ship and you'll see even more history come to life.
There are more than 24 fully restored aircraft here aboard the Midway, and many of them, just like this one, you can climb right inside.
There are also flight simulators that allow you to experience what it's like to launch off the flight deck, carry out a mission, and return safely.
Learning Morse code and sitting in the captain's chair and all those kinds of things that make it very much of a family destination.
The Combat Information Center is another highlight of the museum that was several years in the making.
This is the true nerve center of the ship in a lot of different ways. When it came to keeping the ship safe, when it came to accomplishing the military missions ashore during Desert Storm, it all came down to men in this room making key decisions so that the captain, the air boss, could execute their orders.
I'm hearing some of these radio
Yes.
transmissions. You really get that feel like you were in the control center.
Very much so. That's exactly what it would have sounded like here. Pilots calling in, communications going out, status boards all around.
The museum has its own dedicated crew.
Our volunteers, nearly 1,000 of them, 400 docents sharing their personal stories. That's what brings this symbol alive.
More than 1 million people visit the Midway each year, making it the 6th most popular museum in the U.S. and the most visited ship museum in the world.
San Diego is a patriotic town. We're the original home of Top Gun. All those things make San Diego the perfect location for the USS Midway Museum.
Bringing you the best of California from San Diego, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
And coming up here on California Live, nothing says freedom like a high-speed thrill ride on San Diego Bay. California Live's Audra Stafford takes us aboard the Patriot jet boat when we come back. Don't go away. Nothing says freedom like a high-speed thrill ride on San Diego Bay. California Live's Audra Stafford takes us aboard the Patriot jet boat.
We can top out right around 50 miles an hour. You're just zipping around all these other boats. It's just pure excitement.
And for Jay Goodrich, it's actually a job.
The name of the game on this boat is safety.
It's not a bad way to earn a paycheck.
The Patriot jet boat captain says he knew he wanted to be at the controls the first time he rode it.
Holy crap, I hope I get to drive this someday.
Now he's the one calling the shots.
This is where the magic happens. Whenever it's time to go, we will just go full speed. As soon as you hear those engines wind up and those turbos really start whistling, you know it's go time. You just see the look of some terror, some excitement over their faces, and then we get going and people can tell they're like, I wasn't ready for this.
The 30-minute ride is designed for maximum thrills.
When we do our spins, basically we kick up this big wall of water, we let the wind blow it on top of us.
Those high-speed 360-degree turns set the Patriot apart from jet boats in other major cities.
We have jet controls, so they can go fast, but they can't do the spins like we can do.
And they definitely don't have the same star-spangled spirit.
Nothing says patriotic like the Patriot. Red, white, and blue, and what a better place than in San Diego. Just the history of the Navy and what they've done for us here at home and abroad. It's just our little way of saying thank you to them.
For the freedom to just have fun. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
Thanks for having me. Well, I truly believe that high quality wine is a direct result of the care of the vineyard where it's grown. And that's why Etude Winery has always been a favorite of mine. You really can't go wrong with any of their high quality wines. In fact, for over 40 years, Etude Winery has operated with sustainability at the forefront, and it's remained committed to their role as stewards of the land by protecting their local ecosystems and supporting their local community through their employee garden. Probably my favorite part, though, is that the winery has a goal to be net zero emissions by 2030. Well, for those summer barbecues, I like to serve Etude's 2020 Carneros Pinot Noir. It's sourced from Etude's Grace Benoit Ranch estate and really shows why Etude is known as the leading maker of Pinot Noir, which, by the way, just so happens to be one of the most difficult grapes to grow. It pairs perfectly with a juicy burger off the grill or a stuffed portobello mushroom. It's bright, earthy, with notes of red cherry, pink peppercorn, and spiced clove. And of course, we can't talk about summer without talking about a light white option, right? So the Etude 2021 Pinot Gris is just that wine. It's refreshing with a nice combination of floral and tropical notes. There are hints of guava, kiwi, and lemon. Plus it's delicate and creamy. I suggest pairing it with dishes like curry chicken skewers or a jalapeno garlic butter shrimp. Well, if you're planning a trip to wine country anytime soon, definitely make sure to add Etude to your itinerary and check out their tasting options. And then for more info, you guys can check out etudewines.com.
Health experts say type 1 diabetes is on the rise, currently affecting 1.6 million adults and 283,000 children. Recent CDC data says that those numbers could increase 65% over the next 4 decades.
Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition where the immune system destroys the cells in the body that make insulin, and as a result of that, people with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin replacement both every day and with every meal they eat.
For people with type 1 diabetes, like 15-year-old Izzy, the testing and injections mean significant lifestyle adjustments.
Well, at the beginning it was stressful because I was taking insulin injections, like shots.
Traditionally, people with type 1 diabetes like Izzy have to do multiple insulin injections and finger prick testing throughout the day. But that's changing with the Medtronic MiniMed 780G, a new FDA-approved insulin pump system with meal detection technology that provides automatic adjustments and corrections to sugar levels.
With the Medtronic MiniMed 780G, we've started using things like artificial intelligence and automation in order to make it so that people with diabetes don't need to worry about their blood sugars as much, because the automation technology with this system adjusts insulin dosing every 5 minutes in real time and enables people to have more stable unstable blood sugars, with automation taking over more and more of the requirements for paying attention to your blood sugar.
For patients like Izzy, the Medtronic MiniMed 780G has been a life changer.
My life has been a lot less stressful. I'm able to do the activities that I love, like hang out with my friends, go hiking and skiing. At school, I don't have to worry about my diabetes as much. My parents can track my blood sugars on an app on their phone that connects to an app on my phone. So that's really helpful, so they don't have to worry about me while I'm at school. And also when I'm exercising, I can set a temp target, and that helps keep my blood sugars stable and where they need to be.
You can learn more about the benefits of the Medtronic MiniMed 780G at medtronicsdiabetes.com/780G.
And I'd recommend that physicians do more to learn about these technologies because they're evolving all the time, and that patients and their families talk to their physicians about automated insulin delivery, which is the category for this, and the new MiniMed 780G, which has been really, really helpful for people with type 1 diabetes.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life. Nestled along the beautifully restored LA River north of downtown sits LA's newest center of health and wellness. Quantum Clinic is providing spa treatment through a pioneering model of preventative health. Recently named one of LA's best spas by Spa and Beauty Today, Quantum's unique treatments are designed to promote healing through stress reduction and relaxation.
I really wanted to create a space for healing and offer a service that we knew had all of these, wonderful benefits, but that could be kind of put together in an environment that was really conducive to people having a deeply relaxing and restorative experience.
With an emphasis on psychological, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being, Quantum Clinic offers evidence-based treatments including biofeedback training, healing frequency, and flotation rest therapy.
Flotation therapy has actually been around since the 1950s. Obviously, the technology for the spaces and the tanks has improved quite a bit over that time. What we really wanted to do was to position it as a legitimate preventative care intervention, right? So there are flotation tank studios, in a variety of cities across the country. It's still a relatively small market, but we wanted to, bring our training and education as psychologists and the infrastructural pieces of, making it a HIPAA compliant booking platform, taking a clinical note for each session, so that this could really serve as a model for what a preventative care intervention could look like.
And while the flotation therapy may be new to the general public, it's something that world-class athletes have already discovered.
The Dodgers and the Cubs won a World Series after installing a float tank in their training facility. Steph Curry is famous for saying that it's one of the things that helps him be such a great ball player.
While the therapy is traditionally for individuals, Dr. Lehman says couples can benefit too.
So our luxury tank can accommodate 2 people, so couples love it. We often get couples who come in and say, it really helps them connect. We definitely think you should come and try it out because it could really help. But it's actually better if it's just sort of a regular part of your routine because it gives you all of those benefits of reducing inflammation, reducing stress, allowing for the neuromuscular structure to relax, and giving you the experience of deep, deep, deep relaxation.
You can learn more about Quantum Clinic and even make an appointment at their website, quantumclinic.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Here she comes. Second one to the right. Gaining courage. Fantastic, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, my honor to introduce Katy Perry. Yes! Katy! Come on looking fantastic. Looking absolutely fantastic. Please bring out your crew, her dancers.
My ladybugs. So I just came from, well, flying, but I also just came from playing a show earlier this evening. Has anyone been able to see the show play yet? Thank you.
So Katie, 2 years. 2 years with this show. You've recently announced your last dates as part of your residency at Resorts World. Tell us about this show. Tell us about what you love about this show. And tell us about these amazing outfits that you have.
Girls, show them your wings. Show them your wings. Well, yes, I have a residency at Resorts World Hotel, and I'm on my second year, my final few shows that are left. My last show is November 4th. If you haven't seen it, I highly encourage you to see it.
Please do.
It's wild. Listen, I created this show during the pandemic, which was like a bummer time, right?
Right.
And I was rewatching all of my favorite movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yes.
And I was like, I just want a larger-than-life show where I sing all the songs. It's just one giant sing-along. Like, I sing all the songs that you guys know.
Right.
And it's just every night is super fun, super weird. There's like, it's a weird show.
But everything is larger than life, right?
It's full of so much heart. I get to pick people out of the audience at random. Like, I get to tell my story. I have a huge family history here in Las Vegas. I was actually here on Fremont Street shooting a music video called Waking Up in
Yes. You know, fantastic.
15 years ago.
Great segue. I am curious. So tell us about why you selected Fremont Street for Waking Up in Vegas. Literally, your Viva Vision show was on Fremont Street. It will be part of the Viva Vision show itself, one of the 3 songs. I'd love to hear your background story on that.
How many of you are actually from Las Vegas or living in Las Vegas? So I came to Las Vegas every summer to visit my grandma, and she raised my dad here and my dad's sister. In the 60s and 70s, my dad's sister, my aunt, she was a topless showgirl.
Okay,
all right, nothing wrong with that. I know you've seen a couple. And my grandma, she was the seamstress for that show at the Stardust Hotel. Does anybody remember the Stardust Hotel? That was in the 60s. That was in the 60s and 70s. And you know what the funny thing is? I don't believe in coincidences at all. I believe like in synchronicity and serendipity. The Stardust Hotel is exactly where the Resorts World Hotel is built. So I'm performing on the same dirt as my family lineage.
Absolutely, following the footsteps, right?
I mean, listen, I've had so many memories here. I remember every summer my parents would drop us off at the Excalibur. We'd go to the basement, play all the games. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
15 years ago, I filmed Waking Up in Vegas on Fremont Street. If you've ever seen the music video, it's where I'm in the money machine.
I saw it. Yes.
It's pretty cool. That was a crazy
Lights,
video.
camera, action, amazing.
How did you hurt your arm? Yes, the other person that has a cast on. Did you break your arm? Should I sign it?
Yes. Katie, a woman of the people. We'll make sure to get you around here.
Let's get her around there.
For sure. Hey, Katie, quick question. This may have been, tell us about your introduction to the show on the Slotzilla zipline. What was that experience like?
Well, I'm glad I'm not afraid of heights, but I want to do it again. It's so fun. I highly recommend doing that zipline. I've done a lot of ziplines around the world, but never one where there's a massive face of mine.
Of you?
So weird. So great. So weird. It was so fun though, literally, so fun.
We'll have to run it back a little bit.
I want to do it again. Can I go back that way? Can they just pull me back?
We'll race back. So question, so we approached you several months ago to do a Viva Vision show.
Yes.
And what were your initial thoughts on the Viva Vision show?
That'll do it for our 4th of July special here on California Live. If you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website, californialivehd.com. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. Have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.